What do we have for Aquarius, please? Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy at the foundation of the reading, Aquarius. Okay, so what I'm getting for you is that you have reached some sort of new level in your life. There's just been some sort of forward momentum or some sort of progress that has unfolded for you, and things are looking good. Things are moving forward. But there's some sort of really distracting energy that I've been getting as well. Now, leading up to the reading, I was taking some notes and I was picking up something surrounding a deceitful friend or deceitful friends that are trying to re-enter into your life after you have gained some sort of level of success. It doesn't have to be big. It could be a small success, but there's something that is substantial enough to where people want to try and re-enter and stop any more growth in your life. Now, I feel that this Seven of Cups is telling us that these energies are only trying to re-enter again to try and stop any more forward momentum, but to also do something to your confidence. It's like they want to put some sort of seed of self-doubt in your ear. You know, the Seven of Cups can be an energy of wishful thinking or daydreaming, right? So it's like somebody gains access to you, and then once they're in your space, once they're in your energy, they start going to town on your self-confidence. And I'm also hearing something about demons moving laterally. Now, what this means is that when demonic spirits can't access you directly, they're going to use other energies around you to try and get at you. So this is a very clear message that you need to really be mindful of your environment and who you are surrounding yourself with at this time. Because this world that we're currently navigating, you really don't know who's bringing what. And it's not to say that you need to be paranoid or close yourself off to new energies, but just be careful of those who once had access to you and spirit guided you to revoke that access. There's a reason why. And sometimes it can be a little bit too easy to let people back into our lives once we've had a level up, once we've had some sort of success, especially if you're having that success in an area that they may have once told you you'd never have it in, right? We're all human, and it feels good when you can accomplish something that others said you never would. And sometimes you want to show it to them. But in this case, I feel that you showing people your success or how far you've come would be you actually putting that success in jeopardy. What do we have at the sacral, please, Spirit? Four of Wands, Aries energy at the sacral. Okay, so here it is. You're in this energy of celebration, or this is an energy that you are quickly making your way towards. The Four of Wands at the sacral is telling me that you are in the process of bringing something to full realization in your life. Let's say, for example, you have some sort of passion project, something creative, and or you have a vision. This is you actually pulling it off. And the Seven of Cups of the foundation is now representing very clearly all of these diversionary tactics that certain energies tried to overwhelm you with so you wouldn't actually ever get to this space. So what we have just concluded is that not only did you have energies around you that told you that you wouldn't be able to pull something off, or they may have discouraged you from moving down this path, but they actually knew the entire time you had the power to do this. And we call this crabs in a barrel mentality. People put more effort into keeping you small with them than into actually putting in the necessary work to rise up with you. What do we have at the solar plexus, please, Spirit? Knight of Cups in reverse at the solar plexus. Okay, now this is quite interesting because we mentioned that the Seven of Cups at the foundation can be an energy of people telling you that you're dreaming, right? And the Knight of Cups in reverse is an energy of indulging in daydreams. It's also an energy that's very jealous. It's people telling you that your expectations for yourself are unrealistic, but they know they're actually not. Yeah, I'm hearing something about individuals in and around your life trying to rewrite your reality. The way that you see life, they want to change that to keep you small. Now, I'm also getting something here that's going a layer deeper, and that is in regards to spiritual warfare in your own life. Now, each one of us is assigned these specific roles inside our individual life cycles that sees us combating specific kinds of spiritual warfare. And this is how we assist with the spiritual warfare that we are all experiencing on a global level. You focus on the warfare that has been assigned to you. And for you, Aquarius, I know that it's going to be in and around your families and or friends groups. There's something there. It's like you have been placed inside some sort of community or some sort of environment where people have been going out of their way to keep you small. And the way you combat this is not necessarily facing off and getting into a literal warfare with these individuals, but rather proving them all wrong by actually succeeding at said vision or bringing whatever this manifestation is to full realization. Simply put, Aquarius, your mission in this life cycle is to just be the greatest you can possibly be. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords. Now, whenever I look at this card, I think about, it's like he's saying, hold my beer, right? And he's grabbing onto the sword right here. And the sword on this card is an energy of raw power. It's an energy of victory. It's like people saying to you, hey, you'll never pull that off. You'll never be able to do that. And you saying, oh yeah, really? Let me show you how it's done. Okay. And I feel that you have gone through a number of seasons where you didn't do that. It's almost like you allowed yourself to stay small because maybe they were able to get in your head before, but something has changed. Something has shifted inside of you. It's like you're seeing things from a completely different perspective now. It's like you're looking at your life up until this point and you're like, hold on a second here. I can actually achieve this vision. I can actually have this life. Who are these individuals to tell me I can't? What have they got going on in their life that has given them the power to tell me that I can't go and be great? And for a lot of you, it is going to be family because these are the types of things that fly under the radar. You know, by proxy, when we're younger, we just trust our family. We don't even think twice about it. It's not really until we start to get older do we start to question things, you know, especially when it comes to spiritual matters. It's like who in your environment, who around you has put the work in that you have? Probably zero. Because the type of person you are, Aquarius, you're not going to be incarnated into communities with like-minded individuals. You have to go out into the world and find those people. And the challenge to this is actually waking up to your uniqueness inside those communities that you were born into. That's the hardest part, is saying, you know what? I'm not like any of these people. I look at life completely differently. What do we have at the heart position, please? Seven of Swords, Aquarius, that is your energy at the heart. Now, I feel that this Seven of Swords is speaking about where you're at in your life. You're starting to see all of this. You're starting to see that you may be a part of a community or may have certain influences around you that are trying to keep you small in some capacity here. And the Seven of Swords is also highlighting the fact that they know that you know what they know. Right? It's one of these kinds of energies where they know you see them for who they really are now, but there's something that's unspoken here. And on the other hand, the Seven of Swords is also speaking about this point where you are beginning to put the wheels in motion. It's like you're beginning to break free from something here. But I feel that it's happening in the mentals first. So I feel that this is you processing all of this. It's like you're scanning your environment. You're analyzing everything. You're starting to see things in a much different way than you once did. And you're putting together some sort of plan to break free. And right on the bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, perfect. Now, this follows the message that we have channeled through up until this point, because the 10 of Pentacles is your divine inheritance. And your divine inheritance is typically something that you're going to be given access to once you break out of these cycles, right? You become that black sheep. You become that chosen one, so to speak, that is navigating their path much differently than all the people that came before them did. You are the chain breaker. And this is a perfect representation of this. You know, once you actually get the courage to start setting off down this path, this 10 of Pentacles is something that feels more and more possible, right? You could be coming from a point in your life where it was just a dream. It's just a fantasy. And Aquarius, you know, the only thing that is standing in your way from turning a vision a dream or a fantasy into something that you're interfacing with in your everyday waking life is your willingness to put forward the inspired action to go and make it happen. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? 9 of Pentacles at the throat. Okay, so we just saw the 10, and now we're pulling the 9, okay? So as we can see very clearly, you're by yourself. You're doing this alone, which is further highlighting what I said in regards to you being birthed into these kinds of communities and families and being the only one of your kind. This 9 of Pentacles here is representing the prosperity that is going to begin unfolding in your life once you take this action towards this vision. We're only 5 cards in, and we've already seen 2 of the wealthiest cards you can pull in the tarot, the 9 and 10 of Pentacles. But the fact that we're seeing the 9, and we just saw the 10 on the bottom of the deck, is showing us how grounded in reality this message truly is, because we're seeing that it takes steps, right? It takes work to get here. It's like she's tending to a garden, right? And there's coins now growing here, which is just speaking metaphorically for the trajectory of your path. It's to say again that it's going to take work to get to that 10 of Pentacles, but you're going to get there. And then right on the bottom of the deck is the Empress. Okay, now the Empress is the most abundant card in the tarot, and I always think about these 2 cards as being one and the same, right? It's like the 9 of Pentacles leads you to the Empress. It's like here you are tending to this garden, all these coins are growing here, and then the Empress would be you actually arriving in this space. It's like now things are just growing without little effort. It's like you've planted the seeds, and now you can just sit back and enjoy it all. So it's like you go from this energy of 7 of Cups at the foundation, people gaslighting you, people trying to tell you that you're never going to be able to do something when they know damn well you can do it, right? To this Empress right here. So again, we've just seen the 10 of Pentacles and the Empress on the bottom of the deck, and we pulled the 9 of Pentacles. All of these cards are the wealthiest cards in the tarot, okay? 9, 10 of Pentacles, Empress. What do we have at the third eye? 6 of Wands in reverse, Leo energy at the third eye. You know, Aquarius, I feel that you're getting to a point now where you're starting to feel that you're being taken advantage of in some capacity here. It's like people are, I just heard, feeding on your desire for more and feeling nourished with the idea that they can actually hold you back from it. Wow. I feel that that really says it all. You know, this move that you're going to make, whatever this is representing for you here, is going to change everything. There's certain people in and around your life that you're not even going to look at the same anymore. And it's going to trigger some sort of fall from grace for these people as well. It's like people that you may have once put on a pedestal, or you may have listened to, or even authority in your life, you know, family, people you would have thought had your best interest in mind. It's like from one day to the next, everything just shifts. It's like as soon as you step into your power here and you start moving in this new direction, the curtain is ripped back. It's like you see all the players, right? You see all the characters, and you're up on the script, right? You start to put all of these things together in your mind. You start to see that everything was systematically planned in some capacity, whether they are consciously aware of this or not, to keep you away from said path, right? Like I said, demons move laterally. You know, you only have to look at the way people live their lives to know if they are under some sort of demonic possession. Demonic possession can quite often fly completely off the radar, okay? People hear that and they think about, you know, poltergeist or bodies levitating off beds and, you know, heads spinning backwards and people crawling around all contorted. But the world we live in, it's very hard to see it on people. But all you have to do is look at people's behavioral patterns. What do people get up to? How do they live their life? And a lot of these negative behavioral patterns, right, you can put under one of the 7 deadly sins. If people are engaging in those 7 deadly sins excessively, right, then they are under some sort of demonic possession, whether they know it or not. So I say this to say that you need to, again, be very mindful of the energies you are entertaining right now. Because as soon as you allow people with these types of attachments to gain access to you, you are putting yourself in harm's way, even if you're moving right in your own life, okay? All it takes is one little slip up for some sort of spirit to gain access to you. It's always looking for a crack to get in. All right, what do we have at the crown, please, Spirit? Okay, we're going to take this one. Temperance. Okay, perfect. Sag energy with this temperance at the crown position. Okay, so the temperance card is an energy of balance. It's an energy of healing. It's an energy of harmony. And whenever I pull the temperance card from this particular deck, the first thing I think is you are an angel amongst us, right? It's like, here you are, clearly an angel with the wings. But in this reality, in this density, this individual is showing up as a bartender. Now, it's just to say that whatever you do inside your everyday waking life is representing you and the human experience you are having, which again tells me that you are here for a very specific reason. And it goes back to what I said about being incarnated into these particular communities because of the spiritual warfare that you have been assigned to fight and transmute in those spaces. You know, I'm also hearing something here that goes back to what I said about these individuals discouraging you, but know deep down that you could actually succeed at something, right? And it's telling me that they know something about you that you may not even be fully aware of about yourself. They may not be able to put it into words, but I feel in some capacity, they know this about you. There's something different about you, right? You move differently, you think differently. You're not like any of them, and it scares them. And you don't try to scare anybody. You're just trying to exist and be the best you can possibly be. And it seems to me that the more you actually succeed at being the best you could possibly be, someone has a problem with it. You know, I also feel, Aquarius, that a lot of you might be coming from situations, especially family dynamics, where you wanted people to be proud of you. You wanted individuals to give you recognition for how far you've come, and you're not getting it. And this is what is really triggering your awakening. You know, Aqua, all I can tell you is that when you're on a path like yours, it never leads to applause, okay? Your applause is coming from the divine. Again, nobody in and around your life is walking this path, so they don't understand it. They feel threatened by it. This is now about your private and personal growth. The need for public recognition or public applause, however that shows up for you, is something you don't care about anymore. What do we have at the foundation, please, Spirit? King of Swords, air energy at the foundation. Now, the King of Swords from this deck is an overbearing energy that has very high expectations, right? And I feel that you actually exceeded these expectations, like we got with this Temperance card here next to this Six of Wands in reverse. And this energy, whoever this is for you, wasn't impressed or didn't give you any sort of applause or support. And this, again, is confirming where the awakening began to unfold in your life. You know, that is paradigm shifting. You know, think about a child who grows up just wanting to make their parents proud of them, right? So they set out on a path to achieve what everybody else told them they would never achieve. And they actually do it. And instead of being met with some sort of praise, they're blackballed and or iced out by the very people that they thought was supposed to love them. This is just a very general example, but that can stretch across many of your situations. There's something like that going on inside this energy here. You know, this could also represent somebody who struggles for a large portion of their life. People always make them feel like some sort of a burden. And then finally, they turn everything around and they become a success. And it's crickets, you know, and then the individual starts to realize that the very people who made them feel bad for not having reached their potential in life yet actually just wanted them to stay there because they got more from you when you were in that energy. Like we've been saying, they wanted you to stay small because the idea that they can hold you back in some capacity made them feel nourished, makes them feel powerful. And that right there is a direct sign of demonic possession, when an individual feeds off another's pain and suffering. What do we have, the sacred place, Spirit? Two of Wands, Aries energy underneath that Four of Wands at the sacral. And again, there's an energy here where you are having some sort of celebration, or you're going to have some sort of celebration, and all of a sudden you don't feel seen, you don't feel supported. It's like an energy where you're expecting a homecoming, right? Like, yay, we made it. And there's no one there. It's like, wait, what? What's going on here? I just heard the great reveal. And you know, Aquarius, the biggest reason for this is because a lot of the success that you're beginning to experience in your life is directly connected to some sort of truth that is now being exposed about the energies that may have once surrounded you. You know, this message that I have right here, this is typical for somebody on your path. There's nothing stranger than finally accomplishing something in your life after everybody else has, right? And then there's no one there to support you. That will change your entire reality. Your world will never be the same ever again, but it's necessary. This is you finally waking up to the truth of who you are and who these people that may have called themselves family and friends were all along too. Five of Swords at the solar plexus. Aquarius, that is your energy as well. Unbelievable. This just followed what we said. Five of Swords from this deck is an energy of terminating or ending unhealthy relationships in your life and finally being open to the fact that there just may be something better for you out there than all of this nonsense that you've been dealing with for God knows how long. Yeah, I just heard you were made to feel like there was nothing better out there, that this is it. You just got to make this work, right? But trying to make this work was bringing a lot of pain and suffering into your life. Because remember, that's where they liked you. They liked you being in that energy of suffering because they got something from it. Five of Swords is also the energy of a bully. It can speak about betrayal and or being involved in some sort of abusive relationships. And it's showing up right underneath that Knight of Cups in reverse. So this is people presenting themselves as being supportive, right? Like they were helping you get somewhere. And then all of a sudden you get somewhere and they're nowhere to be found. Aquarius, these individuals just wanted you to stay on the hamster wheel your entire life. You were never meant to get there. And I cannot emphasize that enough. Right on the bottom of the deck, we have the devil, okay? Moloch. And it says right there, makes one worse off than ever before, tricks mortals into being bound, accepts child sacrifice. Okay, and see how he's kind of waving? He's like, hey, how you doing, Aqua? Yeah, been here the entire time, right? So it's like this is the energy that possesses these people, right? Makes one worse off than ever before, tricks mortals into being bound, right? So it's like they're tricking you into thinking that they support you, but it was only so they can gain control over you and your forward momentum. It also says accepts child sacrifice. Now, this can be these individuals doing the bidding of some sort of demonic entity, right? And the bidding is to hold you back from accomplishing what you were sent here to do. Fight this spiritual warfare and transmute that out to the universe, right? So when you start to put the pieces together, it starts to make a bit more sense. It's like the devil knows that you are being incarnated into this community and knows exactly why you are here. And so he uses all of the people around you laterally, right, to stop you, to keep you encased in an illusion. Okay, what do we have at the heart, please, Spirit? All right, we got two sides to this card. We're going to start on this side first. Two of Cups. Says right there, forgetting. Now, the Two of Cups from this deck is an energy of jealousy and envy, okay? And it also speaks about there being some sort of lack of harmony with these relationships that you have in and around your life. Now, obviously, that goes without saying, but it's just being confirmed here. And it's right underneath the Seven of Swords. So this is going back to what I said about they know that you know about what they know about you or something like that, right? It's like it's all out on the table now. And then we have the Two of Cups on this side. Says right there, fruition. So this is you now moving forward, okay? And this is you taking your praise from the divine, from the universe, from spirit, whoever you look to as your supreme being or point of faith. Okay, this is where you are gaining all of your support moving forward. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Four of Wands, Aries energy at the throat. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands twice now. It says right here, rectification helps one live in peace. This is a huge turnaround for you. And I just heard this is a different kind of celebration. And the Four of Wands also represents the homecoming, right? So this is you beginning this new chapter in your life and leaving all of this darkness and betrayal behind. You know, Aquarius, the only thing that was ever standing in your way of you being able to accomplish this is you believing that you could. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Chariot. Wow. Believing that you could is exactly right. The Chariot card is one of the cards that represents a victory. And it says right here, perseverance, success in conflict, overcoming adversity. So it's like you're stepping over these demons, right? These beasts, right? It's like these are the entities that are controlling these people. And it's like here's Archangel Michael helping you overcome this. It's like you're shifting from this experience where you weren't getting any recognition for your growth, for your successes, into this new beginning where you're taking the reins and forging a new path, which sees you having victory after victory. You know, Aquarius, a lot of you out there are coming from this life where you felt like no matter what you were doing, you just couldn't get anybody to react in a positive way. And all it did was make you stronger. You just kept trying to get better and better, and it turned you into a force to be reckoned with. And this is not something that they were betting on. And I feel that they're having to sit with that now, that they may have just been responsible for the greatness that you are actually now achieving for a lifetime of minimizing all of your growth. All right, what do we have at the crown to close this out for Aquarius, please? Four of Cups, Cancer energy, to close out the reading. It says right here, healing capacity, the God deflecting evil. Now, the Four of Cups is representing this whole new outlook you have on life moving forward. Everything's changed. Life as you know it has just become something else, and you're okay with that now. Yes, it will take time to fully come to terms with everything that you have had to overcome to get to where you are, but you feel seen. You feel heard, and you feel loved in a way that you never have before, because that love you are now experiencing is one that you are having with the universe, with the divine. You actually feel like you matter, like you are a child of the universe. And I think you know what I mean. It's just a feeling that you have right down in your core. You may have come from a time where you were surrounded by tons of people to a space that you are currently in where you might be by yourself or with very few people around you. But you've never felt more loved. In fact, I feel that that cycle you were in before, you never felt so lonely. But whatever the case, there's something really great that you are being given access to. But it requires one thing from you, and that's your belief that you can actually do it. So with that, I will leave it here. All right, Aquarius, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Also, consider giving this reading a hype, as it will help to get the video in the algorithm and push it out to other people who may need the reading. If you would like to join the membership section of my channel, you can click on the join button or find the link down below. I upload additional videos there each month, so go check it out. Those readings are quite potent because I pick up on a smaller collective of individuals. I'm also running a 15% off sale at PLUTOBEANstudio.com, where I have a number of items which are extensions of the creative output of my channel. You can see a lot of the items in the sidebar and also down below this video. So go check it out if you want to see some of the other things that I've been working on. I also still have some limited spots open for personal readings. You can find that information down below in the description. I also wanted to thank everybody who's been donating to my channel lately. Your donations help keep my channel going, so thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. But lastly, I would like to know how this reading resonated with you. So leave me a heart and or a comment down below, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.